Good morning. It's Monday, July 22nd. I'm Jasmine Anderson. New developments after President Biden stunned the world by deciding not to run for re-election. Battling COVID and less than a month after his poor debate performance triggered top Democrats to call for him to step aside. 81-year-old Biden releasing a letter yesterday saying in part, "I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Now, he quickly endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to become the next president. She released a statement saying, "I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump and his extreme Project 2025 agenda." So what's next? Well, on Wednesday, the Democratic National Convention's Rules Committee will hold a meeting to discuss the process for picking a new presidential nominee. The party's national convention starts August 19th in Chicago. Now, people we spoke with have a lot to say about Biden dropping out of the race.
I just think that the Democrats shouldn't have, they should have done it sooner. They should have primaried him. I think the writing was on the wall kind of long before the slip up at the debate.
He doesn't really behave that well during the debate, right? He acts slow. He didn't talk really articulate. So I think it's good news for all Americans.
I think it's inevitable, but very sad. He's a good man. He's a very good man. And I hope the Democrats win.
Former President Donald Trump reacted to the news, saying his former opponent was not fit to run. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance wants Biden to step down as president, saying if you can't run, you can't serve. And House Speaker Mike Johnson is calling on Biden to resign immediately. Read more about Biden's historic decision and what's next on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only in Newsday, water quality concerns on the East End. The recent discoveries of chemical drums at Bethpage Community Park have advocates calling on the Navy to investigate whether similar barrels are buried in Calverton. That's where Northrop Grumman once operated an aerospace facility and where pollutants have been found in the groundwater. Still trying to get home? I get it. Airlines are scrambling to fix lingering issues from the worldwide tech outage. Cancellations and delays are piling up again today at area airports. More than 1,500 flights were canceled yesterday across the country. The hardest hit airline, Delta. Friday's Microsoft outage caused by CrowdStrike caused chaos at airports, banks, and hospitals. Shark Week continues on Long Island. Shark sightings forced the temporary suspension of swimming at two Hempstead Town beaches yesterday. Officials say sharks were spotted in waters off the Malibu Shore Club and Point Lookout. Yesterday's sightings were at least the 7th and 8th, and less than 2 weeks after none had been reported since the summer began. Keeping the dream alive, the Massapequa International 12U softball team beat Middletown, Delaware 10-0 yesterday in the opening game of the Mid-Atlantic Region Tournament. The team has two returning players from last year's team that won the Little League Softball World Series. We caught up with one of them, Olivia Feldman.
We know what we're doing, so we know the expectations and what we're supposed to do, but it's a good bunch that we're now getting to work with, and we hope we can make it far like last year.
Massapequa takes on West Point, Pennsylvania today. Good luck. Only in Newsday, the rising cost of the crippling cyber attack on Suffolk County. A county analysis reviewed by Newsday found Suffolk approved over $25 million in no-bid cybersecurity contracts following the 2022 attack. That's 4 times the amount officials had claimed was spent. Newsday reporter Mark Harrington says things could get worse.
In the end analysis, it's going to be considerably higher if there's at least $1 million in legal fees, at least $1 million in overtime, for instance. I mean, if those numbers bear out, it could be upwards of $30 million, by the time it's all said and done.
The attack knocked county system offline for months and exposed the personal information of hundreds of thousands of people.
They need to sort of continue to shore up these systems. It looks like over time they're going to, for sure they're going to need to do more things to buttress the system, to fortify, to make them better prepared for these kind of attacks in the future. So there's still a lot of work to do from what we hear.
Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A deep dive today into what's behind beach closures on Long Island. Sherry Einhorn has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Long Island is surrounded by beautiful beaches.
We just love being here by the water and makes us feel like we're on vacation.
But sometimes high levels of potentially dangerous bacteria or stormwater runoff cause closures. So how is the decision to close made? Suffolk has a testing program that runs from May 15th through September 15th. About 190 locations get tested on a rotating basis. They're testing for Enterococcus bacteria in saltwater and E. coli bacteria in freshwater. Health officials say both can cause problems like rashes, infections, and gastrointestinal issues.
So anything over that, we have to make a decision whether we either A, resample it, depending on the beach and the historical knowledge of it, or B, close it right away.
The bacteria comes from fecal matter, from humans, dogs, and birds, also failing septic systems and boat discharge. According to data analyzed by Newsday from the Environmental Protection Agency, 22 beaches across Long Island were closed for 2 weeks or more last year, either because of high levels of bacteria or because of high rainfall. Tanner Park in Copaig is one of them.
If it's not safe, and they have all the reasons why to close it to keep us safe, that's good. But, in the long run, hopefully they come up with a solution.
Things move fast once the samples arrive at the lab. Testing turnaround time is about 24 hours.
Now, the lab processes 40 to 50 beach samples every day, 7 days a week, but that number could go as high as 90.
If you happen to be in a neighborhood where you're saying, yeah, my beach is always closed, the counts are always high, that would be an area where there should be an effort towards, what's the source and what would be a project that could mitigate that source to lead to higher water quality.
Here at Callahan's Beach in Fort Salonga, the town did a complete redesign of the park, including the drainage system in the upper parking lot last year.
We installed a feature called a vortex, which takes a lot of the pollutants and litter and other debris out of the water before it gets released into the pipe that goes to the beach.
For NewsdayTV, I'm Sherry Einhorn.
Sherry, thank you. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Picture-perfect sunflower fields are in bloom on the East End. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Fields are filled with big, bright blooms.
It's sunflower season, and there are so many to see. Make your way through a maze at Rock Camps, right this way.
Get lost amongst the green stems and golden petals in Baiting Hollow.
It's fun to wander the winding paths. Which way next? Let's go this way.
See different variations along the way. There are twists and turns and over 2 acres to explore. When you come to pick fruit at Patty's Berries and Bunches in Mattatuck, you can also see sunflowers in their flower fields.
And here you could pick your own. There we go. At $2 a stem. Look at my beautiful bouquet.
Patty's plants every week, so you can see sunflowers through October. And right across the road,
for a whole day of family fun, here at Harb's Family Farm, you can see sunflowers with admission to their barnyard adventure.
Their field will be full until the first frost, and there's lots to do here through the fall.
You can also grab a glass of wine from their vineyard on site and sip, surrounded by sunflowers. Cheers to these beautiful blooms.
Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
Elisa, thank you. Read more about touring the sunflower fields on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Checking out your hyperlocal Monday forecast, the humidity returns and a chance for some afternoon showers. Here's a look outside at East Lake Beach and Inlet in Montauk. Partly sunny skies today, but things may change. We'll keep you updated, of course. Let's check out your day planner. Partly sunny, giving away to clouds, highs in the low 80s. Now to your futurecast. Showers and thunderstorms possible tonight into tomorrow morning. So, of course, again, we'll keep you updated on that. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast. More rain to come.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great morning.